What can a beloved bakery in Cincinnati, Ohio, tell us all about the upcoming presidential election? Maybe more than you know. For the past 40 years now, Busken Bakery has sold presidential cookies decorated with the candidates' faces, and with each cookie sold, a vote is tallied, and in all but one of the elections over the last 40 years, the candidate with the most cookies sold at this bakery has won the presidency and the presidential election. Now, to date, Queen City customers at Cincinnati have bought 3,006 Trump cookies. That's this year going around, with only 2,198 Kamala cookies and 403 third-party cookies. They're just smiley faces cookies if you want somebody else, maybe RFK or something like that. So this might not be good news for Kamala and her cheerleaders, but but that's the way the cookie crumbles, as they say. So this great bakery has this wonderful, great, fun American tradition where they sell, and it's kind of a poll, an informal poll in a neighborhood in Middle America, in a lovely place, nice family-run operation, and they're right for the last 40 years every time but one time. And it looks like Trump's running away with the cookies.
Well, I'm praying to God that they continue this prediction of whoever has the most cookies wins. I'll tell you, my kids would love, go in there and buy their Donald Trump cookies. Now, this would be a good way to also just calm the waters in a very divided, hostile political environment that we live in. So I'm all for the political cookies.
It is very nice. We know that Jason doesn't like polls very much, but this might be a poll that, this is it's a different kind of poll. And it's maybe not the most scientific measure, but they've got a damn good record.
Yeah, I think it sounds fun. I think Ohio, the demographics in Ohio have shifted over the last 40 years, so it doesn't surprise me that Donald Trump is winning that. And of course, J.D. Vance is on the ticket, and he's from that region. So I would hope that he was going to win that, but you saw they were wrong in 2020 because Ohio is not necessarily one of those really bellwether states that it once was. But either way, I'd eat both cookies. Be bipartisan about it.
Well, but they were right in 2016, and the New York Times was wrong, and all the pollsters were wrong.
No, I want more of these types of polls. This is everyday real everyday American polling. I think it's kind of reminding me of the betting market, people betting on who's going to win. I kind of prefer those polls over, getting the outlets from New York Times and such. I don't know. I just think it's an all-American way of doing it.
It really is, and it's kind of, in Iowa they do the straw polls, and this is more fun than any of them.
Yeah, the person that loves that poll the most is Bernie Moreno, who's running for Senate, and he's like, wait a second, we've got something here. I may be safer than the polls, the internal polls are probably showing. But the one thing, cookie company, don't come at me. They definitely are Trump supporters because the way they depicted Donald Trump and Kamala Harris, they've mastered the Donald Trump cookie. The Kamala cookie, she kind of looks like something from a Scream movie.
Is that right? That's great. I didn't even notice that, but you're not the only one that noticed that. There are other people in the room that noticed the same thing, and I hadn't noticed it. But
I don't know. Trump looks pretty rough too in the cookie. I don't know.
He looks better than
cookies.
He does.
I know what are you going to do. But I do love it. It is a sweet, kind of old-fashioned American. We don't do enough of this sort of thing anymore.
We need a crisp plant cookie. That would be so fun.
The
Right Squad cookie. Are you hearing, bakery?